Good, everyone. I'm Brandon. This is the Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. As always, here joined by Cody and Dallas, and we are we're going to be riding the Super Bowl wave some more. I'm just in a sports mood, so we're going over top 10 favorite sports movies, right?
Yes.
But favorite sports movies,
Favorites.
Not best.
Yeah, not
No,
Best according to Cody.
Did you write down what you thought was best and not your favorite?
They're both one and the same for me.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, if I think it's the best, then it's going to be my favorite, right?
I mean, I'm not of that opinion right
Fair
now.
enough. Well, I know I did want to put dodgeball, but
it's great.
See, dodgeball was just barely left off the list.
For you. All right.
Now, here's the thing. When we say sports movies, very broad. Very, very broad. If it has to do with sports, even remotely, we're counting it. Because listeners
I thought about that. I'm like, does Quidditch count? Like,
yo!
Oh my gosh.
I think I just changed Dallas's
probably good
mind.
that you told me that after. Otherwise, this whole list would be just Harry Potter movies.
But no, it's like, listeners are going to hear my number 2, and they're going to be like, that's not a sports movie. And I'm going to argue, it is, in fact, a sports movie.
Oh, maybe we'll argue it. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe we'll.
Oh,
I haven't seen your list, so I'm excited.
That's true, right? Dallas and I got here early and couldn't help but go over.
We went over our list immediately. We were like, I'm so excited.
It's so much fun. So we're going to get started. This is how it's going to work. We're going to go through. Each one of us has a list, so all of our 1 through 10 will be different. And we have 2 honorable mentions that we will start off with. Dallas, give us your 2 honorable mentions. What do you love but just didn't have the heart to put on the list?
I know, and this is so tough because both of these movies made my top 10 at some point while I was trying to make this darn list. This is the toughest list I've ever had to make. So my 2 honorable mentions, I did 42.
Nice.
The Jackie Robinson story.
Mm-hmm.
Solid movie.
So good.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
tough.
yeah.
Moment.
And then Jerry Maguire is my other one.
Yeah, love it.
I totally forgot about Jerry Maguire.
Oh, I know.
Heavens. See, I knew this was going to happen. I knew we were going to get into it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that
I know. I already looked at Brandon's list a little, and I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that movie. That's a great movie. Yeah. No, but yeah, those 2 are some of my favorite movies.
Solid choices.
Cody?
Thank you.
I'm going to just keep naming them, and you can just stop me because I have more than 2. No, I'm just Creed 1 and 2. I think that's.
I would disagree, but I will allow it.
I'll combine those 2.
There you go.
But Creeds were really good, and I feel bad for not having them on there. And then Karate Kid and Cool Runnings.
Oh, wow. You really are.
That's 3. I'm just going to do 3. So,
4. Breaking the rules. That's fine.
Cody gets double.
My 2 honorable mentions are Warrior. You know,
Yeah,
so
great
good.
movie.
I actually watched that in 8th grade, and then me and my friends just beat each other up in the parking lot of the movie theater afterwards.
As you do.
Yeah, and then Kicking and Screaming, Will Ferrell's most underrated movie ever.
So good.
Big Green. I see. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
It is hilarious.
It's hilarious.
There was one summer growing up where I watched it like 3 times a day, just on repeat all the time.
I started drinking coffee after that movie.
Did you? It's one of the more quotable movies, man. It is hilarious.
Oh yeah, it's Ditka in it. It's just great.
Yeah.
Is that the only movie he's really appeared in? I can't think of Mike Ditka as like being in a movie.
I've just got Chris Farley's voice in my head going,
The Bears.
The Bears.
The
Yeah.
Bears.
That's all I have when I think of Mike Ditka.
All right, so now we'll actually get into the top 10 list. Those were good honorable mentions, man. This is going to be hard. This is difficult.
Any one of those honorable mentions, I would not have been mad if you guys had them in your top 10.
Absolutely not.
I have been stewing all week. I'm still stewing. I might switch my top 3. I don't even know. We'll see.
All right, Dallas, go ahead. Top 10, number 10.
Number 10, I'm going to do Glory Road, the movie
Nice.
from 2006, starring Josh Lucas, about the East Texas college basketball team who started the first to start 5 black people in the national championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome movie. Saw it when I was, how old would I have been? 11, 10, something like that. Just falling in love with basketball, and I don't know, I fell in love with that movie. It's one of my favorites.
Is it more of a sentimental movie? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's when you start getting
probably.
into
Yeah, when you first, you find the sport that you think you're gonna be over 6 feet tall and not white and make the NBA one day. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that was the dream of every kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it was, and I love Josh Lucas as an actor. So when I see him on screen,
You kidding me?
he's phenomenal. So yeah, that movie, because I saw it in theaters and everything, and then I don't know, now having Disney Plus and you can go back and watch all those movies from your childhood. I just really love that movie.
Yeah, it's fun to show my son all the movies we're growing up with and all the ones we're talking about right now.
All right, Cody, number 10.
Speaking of childhood, Sandlot, number 10.
Oh, nice. Filmed here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Where we're recording, yeah.
Nostalgia. No, I don't know the names of all the people who starred in it. Like Dallas knows about Glory Road, but Sandlot, when I was growing up, was the movie to watch. It was amazing. Still is amazing. Every time it's on TV, I have to watch it. It just brings up so many memories and just a fun movie to watch. Sit down and watch with the
family.
family.
Sort of coming of age type movie, yeah.
Yeah, it is one of my favorites, obviously.
It's where I learned my first swear word, and I didn't know it was a swear word in first grade, yeah. The S-bomb,
It's probably the most quotable sports movie.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're playing.
We'll get into it.
Well, I guess. Well,
we'll save that.
Golf is sport, but baseball. If you're playing baseball,
quoting.
You quote the Sandlot every single time.
You're killing me, Smalls. Oh, you busted a gut or busted the balls, busted the guts out of a ball.
I mean, I think every 12-year-old's favorite line is that your sister in left field? You know what I mean? Like,
all the time.
Ham. Yeah,
Ham's amazing.
Pretty fantastic. So that is my number 10.
I love it. My number 10, I'm going Karate Kid. And you know what's crazy is Karate Kid has gotten better with the addition of Cobra Kai.
Yes,
which we're talking about next week, right?
Yeah.
Rarely does something like this that ties into an old movie or TV show enhance it. But Karate Kid, if you watch it after you watch Cobra Kai, it makes it better. All right, it's already a classic. It's already fun. What kid, like I talked about Warrior, what kid didn't try and do the crane kick in the living room and whatnot?
I sure did.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You got a little brother or something?
Oh, yeah.
Crane kicking him in the face.
Cody, what's the little brother probably getting crane kicked in the face?
No. I was crane kicking my nephews.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah. All right, Dallas, number 9.
All right, number 9, we're going to also, go back to nostalgia here with the Disney Plus.
Disney has a lot of good
sports movies. Yeah, they do.
Miracle with Kurt Russell back in 2004. I mean, what's better than USA over Russia, right? I mean, come on.
There's nothing better.
That's foreshadowing one of my favorites.
I think it's all on our top. But, I mean, Kurt Russell's amazing in that movie. And hockey movies, I don't know. I think hockey movies are some of my favorite sports movies.
They're few and far between as well.
But they're so good. And I've never played.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's like, honestly, like Miracle kind of got me into hockey, so that's my number 9.
Mighty Ducks got me into hockey.
Oh yeah,
that was another honorable mention. But
there's another movie that made me want to be needlessly violent. Was Mighty Ducks? Just dude,
or Goon.
And we're talking sports. There's few things more satisfying in sports to me than like a good hockey check, dude. Just watching a guy on the ice get slammed up against the glass. Amazing.
It's one of the best scenes in movies too.
Cody, right. Number 9.
My number 9 is Remember the Titans.
Love it.
Another Disney.
Yeah.
But Denzel Washington does a great performance in this. We all know what Remember the Titans is about. I'm not going to get into it, but that's my number 9.
It's a movie more people should watch nowadays. Rewatch.
Yeah, it's definitely rewatchable.
Mm-hmm. My number 9, here comes Happy Gilmore, man. Let me tell you. My older brother.
I see what you mean by favorite, not best. Okay,
favorite and not best. All right. I don't know. There's an argument to be made that Happy Gilmore is the best, right?
It's good.
My older brother, when he turned 13, had all of his friends over and they watched Happy Gilmore, and I wasn't allowed to watch it. Dallas, I think you had a similar story to Goodfellas, as you weren't allowed to watch it, and that just made you want to watch it.
Oh, for sure.
And I remember watching Happy Gilmore and thinking it was the freaking funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I was right, because it is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Right? It's the golden age of Adam Sandler.
Yes.
Has he gotten back to that level yet?
No, that was around his peak.
He will never will either.
No, that was the golden
Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore.
We talk about quotable movies. There are some quotable movies,
especially when you're golfing.
That's why I mentioned. Yeah, golf's probably up there with baseball when you're quoting. You got Happy Gilmore and Caddyshack to quote from.
Yeah, that's like funny golf movies.
Oh yeah,
those are the only ones, right? But what's funny about this is it mixes hockey. So it makes golf needlessly violent. Yeah. Another movie that I watch, and I'm like, man, how funny would it be to throw my buddy in a batting cage and just
watch him get
364 more days till next year's tryouts.
Welcome to our therapy session with Brandon.
No, I had a lot of movies. I know. The couch at my house got beat up with a golf ball. Yeah. We're having a good time here, man. All right, this is the Common Critic. We are going over top 10 favorite sports movies. We've been inspired by the recent Super Bowl. All right, congrats to Tom Brady for being the greatest football player to ever.
Goat.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Cody. If you're watching YouTube, you'll see Cody's face. Anyways, this is the Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. Welcome back, everyone. This is the Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. I'm Brandon, again joined by Dallas and Cody. We're going over top 10 favorite, emphasis on that, favorite sports movies. Not best, favorite. I'm going to say that a million times so we don't take any heat.
Yes, no heat.
Yeah.
These are just our favorites.
It's just, what did we say? The most rewatchable for us, the ones that we have probably watched the most.
At least for me, yeah.
I was having a really hard time this whole week trying to come up with a list, and that's how I came up with the list, is the most rewatchable, the things I turn on when I see the TV and I have to stop and watch it. That's
you're
how
flipping
I
through cable, and you're like, oh, that's on? Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
And this is a very fluid list. Check back with me in a year. It might be different.
That's a good point, dude. This might have to be a yearly thing, and our Super Bowl special.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be fun. All right, we're going to be talking number 8. Dallas, what you got?
So I have Warrior, which you have on your honorable mention. I mean, Tom Hardy and Nick Nolte.
You almost said Tom Brady.
Huh? Two goats, you know. Just
sorry.
No, but sorry. This movie actually hits really deep. This is probably one of the first movies that I ever started tearing up on. It was, two brothers, alcoholic father. It hits pretty home. So it's a good movie. It came out in 2011 around the exact same time. Mm-hmm. So this movie it's a feel good movie, kind of at the end, and I don't know.
I would say so. Yeah.
It's just that's probably one of my favorites.
For three people who like sports as well as movies, it hits home when you start watching these movies. So I totally understand that.
Yeah.
And I would agree it's a feel-good movie, right? It's hard to explain to someone who isn't a fan of MMA or UFC or anything that two brothers beating each other up turns out to be a feel-good movie, right?
Welcome back to the
therapy session. Another violent movie. Trust me, I have a lot more violent movies on this list. So
yeah, you do. Hey, the movies shape your childhood. They shape who you are, right? Especially for us when we're doing this. So
my number 8 definitely shaped my life, and that's White Men Can't Jump.
Yes.
Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes. I don't know if you can get any better basketball movie than those two together. Comedy, hustling. It was one of my favorite movies growing up, without my parents knowing I was watching it. But that happened a lot.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I digress. But White Man Can't Jump. Great early 90s movie. Woody Harrelson is classic.
Hilarious.
And it's hard to make something look so pretty.
It's funny to watch it after you watch Blade, because you're like, wow, that's still Wesley Snipes, Blade, and then two very different characters.
The funny thing is, Wesley Snipes is not athletic at all. And him doing that in Major League, and somehow he comes across as this great athlete.
I must like Wesley Snipes in sports. So,
my number 8, I'm going Moneyball.
Great.
I may take heat for this, but Dallas, tell me if you agree. Does Moneyball oddly feel like a Quentin Tarantino movie sometimes? The writing, Quentin Tarantino's famous for dialogue, conversation, right?
I can get, now that you mention it, I had never thought of it like that. I think I'm just,
because it's like, how many sports plays do you actually see in that movie?
Hardly, very little. If most of them are in the background when something else is going on.
Money. Actually, I shouldn't have related it to Quentin Tarantino. More like The Social Network, where it's that storytelling through understanding the characters, why they do what they are. It's more of a. Was this nominated for an Oscar? I believe so.
I believe it was.
And for good reason,
yes.
right?
I thought Jonah Hill won an Oscar for this.
I think he did. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Best supporting actor. I believe.
Yeah. He was great in this.
No, he was fantastic. So I just love it. It's just all around a good movie. Number 7, Dallas.
Number 7, we're going violence again.
Awesome.
Heart-wrenching again. It's going to be Southpaw with
Nice.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Rachel McAdams, 50 Cent,
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker,
Yeah.
Eminem producing it. Great soundtrack.
Amazing.
I actually watched it last night. It's great.
So why isn't it higher?
Because it's, there's a lot of good boxing movies out there.
There is a lot of good boxing movies out there.
I think boxing movies might be one of the best genres. They also come out every year. You had Bleed for This a couple of years ago. Fist of Stone or whatever, that one about Raging Bull. There's so many.
That was another honorable mention. But anyway.
Yeah, but there's so many good boxing movies, and the only problem with this one is Rachel McAdams isn't in it long enough.
Number 7, Cody.
I went a little opposite of Brandon with the golf. He kind of did Happy Gilmore comedy. I did a little more serious with Legend of the Bagger Vance. I'm a golfer, but not really. I'm not that good, but I love golfing. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And
You live on a golf course.
I do live by a golf course, not on a golf course. And I just, like what Dallas was saying, it really hits home with me. Great characters, played by Matt Damon, Will Smith, Charlize Theron. It just takes place back in it's not real, but it's not, but I love that movie. Legend of Bagger Vance is my number 7.
Awesome. My number 7, shout out Disney. Cool Runnings, man.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hilarious. What a interesting story, because, they hit on it a lot. They get made fun of, a Jamaican bobsled team. It seems dumb. And for the first half, 2/3 of the movie, they play it as a comedy, right? Senka is the big standout. Senka's freaking hilarious.
Yes.
And they play it like that, but then it turns out to be this movie of triumph, right? Overcoming the odds, overcoming prejudice, overcoming look, we have no idea what we're doing, but we have a goal to reach here.
Yeah.
Right? So while it captures you with the comedy, it draws you in with the heart, right? So, number 6, Dallas.
Well, R.I.P. John Candy also.
Of
Legend. Amazing. But number 6, we're going violent again.
I love it.
This is a fighting / hockey movie. We're going Goon.
You went good.
Yeah.
That's right. Sean William Scott. Phenomenal. Jay Baruch, I can never pronounce his name.
It's fine.
But he's amazing. He's the most inappropriate person in the planet on that movie. But if you want to talk about rewatchable, it's on Netflix all the time. And if you ever have nothing else to watch,
There's a reason it's on Netflix all the time.
because it's amazing.
Wait, hold on. Do you not like Goon?
No, I do. It's not top 10 worthy, though. In my humble opinion.
Would it be top 15 or 20 worthy?
No.
Where would you have it? Just general number. Throw it out.
As
Gut feeling.
sports?
Yeah.
Top 50.
That's fine. I'm just
No hate though. No hate, bro.
I get it.
It's hard for me to not picture him as Stifler out there.
I know. I think that's what makes it so great.
But hey, it's still a good movie. It's top 50, so it's still good.
There you go.
But I'm gonna go violent this time.
Are you?
Unless you have more to say about Goon. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right. My number 6 is Rocky 4.
Ooh.
Talking about USA and Russia. That movie hits a little deeper, right? Because it's not just about boxing. It's about two countries coming together.
The death of a friend.
Yeah.
Countries coming together. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot to hit on it.
If I can change, then you can change. It's just great. All around, he goes into a foreign country. And I just love Rocky 4. The best Rocky, I believe, in the whole series.
I agree. And the best training scene of any sports movie ever. Is there a better training scene?
I think all the other training scenes have emulated that training scene.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the best parts about boxing movies. Just great training scenes.
Training montages.
Well, just midwinter in Russia. I mean, amazing. And for my number 6, I'm going what I would consider the sequel to Rocky 4, and that's Creed 2.
Ooh, there you go.
Is Creed 2 really a sequel to the first Creed or a sequel to Rocky 4? I say it's more of a sequel to Rocky 4.
I agree.
Yeah.
And now, see, here's the thing that Creed 2 had to face. It had to face not only a Creed Rocky movie, a boxing movie, but figure out a new way to do it. How do you mix it up, right? How do you make it better than just win or lose, right? And that's what they addressed. Yeah, technically in that one mid-movie fight, he won, but he lost, right? He lost. And that's a good way of mixing it up. Now he has other things to overcome because now he has personal issues to overcome with that. So I think Creed 2, sequel to Rocky 4 is fantastic. This is The Common Critic here on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. Next up, we got 5, 4, and 3. We're going to leave our top 2 for the very end, so stick around for that. This is The Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. What is good, everyone? I'm Brandon with The Common Critic here on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. We're going our top 10 favorite sports movies, and we're cracking the top 5. Here we go, boys. This is where it starts to get rough, right?
Still is. I'm still debating on switching stuff. But.
Well, at least for me, like 10, 9, 8, I could have switched around and not thought too much, but the top 5 have to be solidified.
They are ish.
Ish. Are you having second thoughts already?
Let's just go at it. We'll go. No, I got it. I'm not going to change. I promise.
You promise? Okay. Yeah. All right, we're going to be number 5. Let's spend some time on this. Let's get going. Dallas, number 5.
Number 5 for me is going to be Creed.
Nice.
All right. This is Michael B. Jordan just becomes a superstar with this movie, and this kind of brought the Rocky franchise back. You know, you had Rocky 5 against Tommy Gunn.
Balboa.
Rocky Balboa. We don't even address that he was brain dead. You know what? Because he was in that movie. But no, the way that they tied the whole story together and brought Rocky back, I just thought it's just awesome, and I love the movie.
Yes,
so
I love Creed.
Creed's.
No, it's a way to revive a dying franchise
for sure
in a new way, but play off the nostalgia, right? You got to be careful playing off nostalgia.
That was a good balance. They balanced it well. That's why it's in honorable mentions. But
I can't believe it. Yeah, now that I think about it, both the Creed movies didn't crack your top 10.
It was close. It was close.
It's still surprising. Still a little surprising.
Sandlot, you gotta.
That's fair. Cody, number 5.
Okay, number 5. Major League.
All right.
Wesley Snipes. We kind of addressed that earlier. Charlie Sheen, Wesley Snipes, Tom Berenger. Oh my heavens, this is a great movie. It's really hard for me to put it at number 5. I'm kind of regretting it right now because I love this movie. It's hilarious. It's thoughtful. It's heartfelt. You got the side love story with Tom Berenger and coming back, and he's just this boss lady just hates this team and wants to see him fail, and it just blows up in her face. And it is, I still get chills. I got chills right now. Nice. When he calls his shot, bunts it, runs down that first baseline. Wesley Snipes comes, Willie Mays Hayes. Chills every time. Yes. Love it. Love that movie. My number 5.
That's worthy of the top 5.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. It's a great baseball movie and hilarious.
A lot of baseball movies coming up.
Well, there's already a lot of baseball movies out there. I am going to mix it up. You're right. A documentary, Free Solo. You ever see Free Solo?
I have not. I've heard about it.
It's on Disney Plus.
Is it?
Watch it immediately.
Okay.
Not only
Please
is
hold. I gotta go.
Gotta go watch.
Yeah, pause the stream. Here we go. Not only is it like super inspiring, which it is. If I'm like feeling down or like need to get something, I watch it because it's like triumphant and just you watch this guy fail and he does it. It is insane. An incredible human feat, like down in the history books.
So what's it? It's a documentary.
This guy, if you're familiar with El Capitan in Yosemite, which I grew up around Yosemite, going there almost every summer. This is a huge rock, just stupid big. This guy climbs it with no equipment, none, never been done before, and he shatters the record climbing up too. Like this used to take people days to do with equipment. Does it in like 2 hours, man. We're talking thousands of feet.
Wow.
Right, and he gets up, and people are recording him. He has a crew. He's up what is it, 2,000 feet, and he's dangling, and you're like, okay, well, if he falls, what do you do? We have the footage. Everyone's going to see it. Everyone's watching it, and he does it, and he pulls it off, and it is insane.
You gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it.
Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of all the movies I have on my list, even my number one, I would actually probably recommend this the most.
Okay. We'll do.
You're going to have to watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
Number 4, Dallas.
Number 4 for me, I guess we're sticking with baseball.
Love it.
It's going to be Bull Durham.
Ooh, good choice.
Kevin Costner.
Good choice. Good choice, meat.
Susan Sarandon.
Good choice, meat.
But I mean, just the old catcher, the young hothead pitcher, the little love triangle.
Yeah.
There's some good comedy, especially when they go out to the mound and they're talking about what to get him for the wedding.
Yeah.
It's the
You need to
biggest.
get better at Kevin Costner in baseball. Foreshadowing.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, obviously.
See, and this is my
Field of
favorite.
Dreams. Not even foreshadowing, you just told us.
I'm telling you,
I think he only has 2 baseball movies.
Yeah, I was going to say the only other
he has
baseball movie.
For the love of the game.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. All right, you got me.
All right,
I guess
all
you
right.
could have gone that way.
Anyway.
But
So,
no, yeah. But Bull Durham. That's my
Great
number 4.
choice.
Love it.
Solid.
Great
solid.
choice. Another honorable mention. But I didn't want to. My number 4 is Rudy. Yes. Sean Astin. Great movie. Just he kind of plays the same role in this as he does Lord of the Rings. And that's how much I love Rudy, because I was watching Lord of the Rings. I started chanting Rudy when he was going up Mount Doom carrying Frodo. I was like, Rudy, just to myself, because I was so. Another movie I get chills to every time I cry. I'll be honest.
That's fair.
So emotional. So much heart to try to get to just playing. It has nothing to do with the big game, nothing about winning a championship. It's about just playing just that last couple seconds and getting carried off. True story. Can't get much better than Rudy.
I think that's an accurate statement. It is tough to get.
And it's eating me alive that it's at number 4. What's your number 4, Brandon?
My number 4 is Rocky 4.
No.
There you go.
We've talked about it enough, right? Nothing
No.
better than beating the Russian. No, we haven't talked
You
about
can
that.
never talk about Rocky 4 enough.
Did you have something to add that we did not?
All I have is USA, USA, USA. All right, Dallas.
I'm loving you two just chanting each time. It's great.
Dallas number 3.
Number 3 for me.
Oh, top 3 now. Top 3.
We are in our
We're
top
getting more
3.
intense.
This is.
Top.
I'm going the original Rocky movie. Rocky.
Good
all right.
choice.
It's awesome. It starts all these boxing movies really.
You're choosing Rocky over Rocky 4. Or am I spoiling? Am I spoiling?
Oh, you might want to calm down there, Code. All right.
I apologize. Sorry,
But I mean,
everybody.
it starts the whole franchise. And
Yes.
ultimate twist, he doesn't win at the end, which is,
Unheard of.
you know what I mean? Yeah, it's
unheard of.
sports movies don't do that. You don't.
Yeah.
The underdog always wins. He always comes out on top. He ends up losing,
Yeah.
and it starts this whole franchise. I don't know, and
But he ends up winning. The moral victory.
he gets the girl.
He gets the girl.
Adrian.
We did it.
I was thinking, since you wasn't married, you married me.
That was a pretty good Stallone.
Thank you.
I was impressed. Wow.
I was thinking, Mick, cut me. Anyway.
All right, Cody, give us your top
Give us your
3.
3.
Okay, so my third pick is Moneyball.
Oh,
Okay.
So we kind of already covered it, but I think for sure it gives me all of these movies gives me chills, and the scene where they do the streak is just, and he says, "How can you not be romantic about baseball?" It's so true, and that's not even my favorite sport, but I love baseball movies.
So, do you remember when the A's had that streak when that was going on?
Yes,
I remember that too. I was pretty young, but I remember that, and just that's a big deal in baseball history, right?
Yeah.
It's a David and Goliath story.
yeah. Just they didn't win the last one.
That eats me alive, and like,
I know Billy Bean still hasn't won the last one yet. I hope he does one day.
is he still involved in baseball?
Yeah.
Is he?
Oh yeah.
So,
That's
I would love to talk more.
I know. I love Moneyball.
Hey, we
a
will.
great score. Let me just put that out there.
But for my number 3, I'm sure we'll talk a lot about it. Are the listeners ready for this? Y'all ready? Waterboy. Let's go. With Adam Sandler. Here we go. Yes. Let's go.
So the emphasis on favorite, everyone. Everybody favorite.
Because let me tell you, every movie we've named before this is probably a better movie than Waterboy. But maybe, I don't know, but it is one of my favorites. I told you guys this before we recorded. I bought this movie on iTunes in 2007 and put it on the first gen iPod Touch for me to watch during middle school.
That's a great choice.
It's amazing.
I don't know if you could get better.
I had a gift card and I was looking through all the movies you could buy on iTunes. I'm like, what movie is going to be most worth for me to buy? And it was Waterboy, dude.
Good choice.
Mama approves.
Mama. Yeah, you want to talk about quotable, man.
Oh, man.
I don't know if we can spend the whole next segment quoting Waterboy, but
We probably could.
We could get close.
I probably could.
We just end up reciting the whole movie.
Maybe
is
we'll
all we
do
would
one episode of just Waterboy quotes.
I actually think one of our first episodes on the Common Critic back when we were just a small little, I was hiding in my closet just recording on my own, was Waterboy, actually.
Really?
Yeah, we've done Waterboy in the past.
That'd be fun.
We
Well,
should.
I'd love to do a bunch of Adam Sandler. There's a good top 10 idea. We should do
man.
top 10 favorite Adam Sandler movies.
Comment or like or something. Comment and tell us if they want to.
Yeah, let us know if you guys want us to do our top 10 Adam Sandler movies in the future.
Yeah, in our social media. Sorry.
Yeah, but up next, we got our top 2. We saved our top 2 because we want to spend a lot of time talking about them. Obviously, it's a good reason they're up there. Some might be a little more controversial than others. People are going to think, really? At least for me, I'm nervous to say my number 2, but we're going our top 2 next. This is The Common Critic here on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. Welcome back, everyone. We are finishing it up. This is The Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. We've already gone through numbers 10 through 3 of our top 10 favorite sports movies, and now the top 2. If I had a drum roll effect, I'll put that into the YouTube video.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Dallas, let's have plenty of time to talk about it.
All right.
Number 2.
Well, we haven't talked about it enough, and that is Moneyball.
Ooh.
It's cracked all of our top 10.
2011 was a great year for movies.
It really was.
Yeah, but I mean, Moneyball, baseball's probably my favorite sport. You know, our family is a huge baseball family, and when this movie came out, I was like, this is just amazing.
So many feels.
Oh, yeah. And you're just, the whole side story with him and his daughter even kind of gets you, you know, in your feels. And
Love that song.
it ends, and her playing the guitar and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, for real, one of the best quotes is, how can you not be romantic about baseball?
Well, what's crazy is there's so much sympathy for the A's. I grew up 20 minutes away from Angel Stadium, lifelong Angels fan, been to hundreds of games. I never cared for the A's, right? This movie makes me care for the A's.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I mean, this movie is about completely changing baseball, because it's a true story. It completely changed baseball.
Well, it's still going. Look at this last World Series, right? Who was it?
The Tampa Bay Rays. They basically did Moneyball.
They did Moneyball. Now, I wish they would have won because I freaking hate the Dodgers.
I just hate Dodgers fans, but
you have no idea, man.
I didn't grow up around LA like you.
Well, here's a funny story. I went to a Dodgers versus Angels game once, and I wore Dodgers gear so I wouldn't get beat up.
Yeah, smart. That's.
There's not much difference between Dodger fans and Lakers fans, I would imagine.
No, none. Yeah. They're one and the same.
Or the Raiders.
Yeah. So we feel you. I mean, as Jazz fans, lowly Jazz fans, you know.
People on YouTube are seeing me in this Jazz hoodie. I am not a Jazz fan.
No, he's a Clippers fan. Anyway, Moneyball.
Yeah, Moneyball. Yeah, sorry.
Well, then the Red Sox, they adopted the.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they offered Billy Bean the job,
and they broke the curse. Right?
Yeah.
How much money was he offered? Was it $12 million or something?
Yeah, $12.5 million. The highest paid at that time. It would have been.
Which by far.
And then it broke the 80 plus year curse.
And he's just driving to that song. You see. You see Red Sox in the background.
The whole movie is it's a romantic movie.
Dallas, you know the baseball world better than I do. I hear that baseball players are by far the most superstitious people. And this kind of plays on his superstition. Yes. He doesn't watch the games. Right. Is that true?
Baseball players are for sure. Like, you wear the same underwear. If you had a great hit or like a great game, you're like, okay, that's the pair that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Those are the pair of sliding shorts that I'm wearing. Those are the socks I'm wearing. Oh, I did this right up until my game. I ate this. I had exactly 6 nuts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or I had sunflower seeds in the right pocket, not the left pocket in this game. And 100% baseball is...
If you want to look at a movie that has superstition, look at Rookie of the Year. Another honorable mention. But it's fantastic.
Yeah.
You're just sneaking in all these.
I know, I had to. I had to get them in.
Yeah, okay, the Rookie, though. That's
another one.
Honorable mention, yeah.
All right. You want my number 2?
Let's get it, Code.
Lay it on me.
I had a feeling that Brandon kind of shares the sentiment, and my number 2 is Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh, awesome.
What a great film. Only reason it's not number 1 for me is because how I rate my movies does it stand the test of time? I think it's going to. It's really, that's how good it is to me, because it's at number 2 already, and all these other movies besides Moneyball, they're all nostalgia for me. And Ford versus Ferrari just shoved itself way up to number 2, almost number 1. And it's very fluid. Like I said, check with me next year, but we'll talk a little bit more about Ford versus Ferrari, I would imagine, coming up.
Keep imagining. I'm not going to spoil anything. But,
Sorry.
No, it's all good. My number 2, here we go. I'm ready to take heat in our Instagram comments. Number 2, The Big Lebowski.
A bowling movie. Let's go.
If you're going to go bowling, you got to do Kingpin.
Nope,
Another honorable mention.
Nope. And you know what? People would say this isn't a bowling movie, but if it's not a bowling movie, then what is it? Because everything else in that movie is useless and pointless, and nothing happens, and all it is some old friends bowling, and that's all it is. Rip Donnie.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling Dallas this. That whole script, that was all scripted out. There was no improv in that movie. Every man, every dude, every F-bomb, everyone was scripted to be said specifically. And that is just, it's a Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah.
That is a credit to their writing.
Yes.
And it is hilarious. It is one of the few movies I laugh out loud no matter how many times I watch it. There's movies I think are hilarious, Waterboy being one of them.
Yeah.
Do I laugh out loud hard every time I watch Waterboy? Not as much as don't be shaking your head.
Yes, you do. You should.
Not as much as The Big Lebowski.
Are you ready for this?
I know you don't like it.
I don't like Big Lebowski. Now, I'll tell you why. I didn't watch it, younger. Did you watch it when you were younger? When's the first time you watched it?
I was
probably
remember? 17.
Yeah. I wasn't in high school. I was older. I was a couple of years ago. I watched it.
I don't think that's a good excuse.
I watched it. I was like, I don't get it. I didn't get it. I don't get the...
What is there to get? You're right. There's nothing to get.
I didn't think it was funny.
Here's me just in the middle.
I really didn't.
Oh, God.
And as far as bowling movie...
It's a bowling movie.
It's got a great cast, too.
It has a killer cast. Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers is technically in that.
No, I did not.
Yeah, he's one of the nihilists.
You would know that.
I would
being
know
such a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan.
Southern California guy, man.
I'd watch Goon over Big Lebowski.
Yeah, you would.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I don't.
There's nothing to get. What I'm saying is I don't get it. How do you not like that? Dude, I am so dumbfounded.
I'm sorry, I don't get it.
Oh my God.
Is it like a Napoleon Dynamite thing?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
100%.
Okay.
A Napoleon Dynamite situation.
So maybe I need to watch it again, because I watched Napoleon Dynamite the first time, and I didn't like it. I did not like Napoleon. And then I watched it the second time, but now I love Napoleon Dynamite.
I'm walking away.
I love Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
That's what I'm saying. I need to watch Big Lebowski again, see if I can give it another shot.
Let's go number 1s, Dallas.
If I can compose myself, I'm dying over here. All right, number 1, another movie we have already talked about in length, but I don't care. It is USA, USA, USA. Rocky 5.
No.
No, Rocky 4.
Get out of here. Rocky 4. Good choice.
Rocky 4 it's my favorite Rocky movie. It's phenomenal. Oh my gosh. You can't say enough about this movie. The greatest training montage ever.
Here's an idea. You should be required to watch Rocky 4 to become a citizen. How about that idea?
I like it.
And
I can see that happening.
And
in Russia.
if you don't cheer or tear up, you can't.
Yeah. In Russia, you watch only the first half of Rocky 4.
That was a good movie.
But I mean, it really is the ultimate underdog story. I mean, the dude's training in a barn in the middle of winter, hiking up a freaking mountain. Let's be real. There's no way he would have made it up that mountain.
No way.
Rocky Kid.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
It's supposed to slow
yeah.
And I do love the fact that it's like showing Dolph Lundgren's the one who's getting roided up, even though Rocky is just roided out of his mind.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either.
That doesn't know. No American.
No American
No,
has ever roided up. You're right.
We don't cheat.
Free
But-
my homie Barry Bonds, man.
He should.
All
But
right.
Rocky 4, great movie.
All right, number 1, Cody.
My number 1, Field of Dreams.
Nice, I love it.
Can't get much better for a movie for me. Oh, by the way, what were you going to rate your number 1, Dallas?
Oh yeah, go ahead and rate
10
it.
out of 10.
10 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Field of Dreams for me is pretty much a perfect sports movie. It's still not a 10 out of 10 for me. I'd probably give it a good 8.5 out of 10.
Not even a 9?
Still waiting for that perfect movie. Doesn't really exist in my eyes. But Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner, not just about baseball and Shoeless Joe Jackson, about his family, about playing baseball with his dad. James Earl Jones does a great job. I think this was his first actual acting job, not just a voice job, if I remember correctly. But he does a great job. Great supporting cast. So Field of Dreams, 8.5, my number 1.
Love it. Well, it's been spoiled for me. My number 1, Ford versus Ferrari.
I'm sorry,
it's a
I
10 out of
spoiled
10.
it.
Here is the Rocky 4 of car movies, right? Here's the underdog. Maybe not Russians, but Italians, right?
Yeah.
Acting the same way. America does their best to destroy the foreign competition, right? And they do it. And not only did they just do it, they dominated. The Ford Shelby, one of the greatest cars of all time. Now, here's going to be a crazy statement. This is my favorite, and in my opinion, the best performance by Christian Bale.
100% agree.
Dude, his character is incredible. Now, what I've read, because I've read a lot about this movie also, is it's very accurate to his character.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like that. So I love that movie. Another one I cannot recommend enough. 2019 was a great year for movies, and I thought Ford vs. Ferrari was going to take
What would you rate it?
10 out of 10.
Awesome.
That's it. That's been our top 10 favorite sports movies. Please follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Find us on YouTube. This will go up. See what we look like. See how we act in the studio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please respond. We always respond. Next week, we're doing Cobra Kai Season 3. If you haven't seen any Cobra Kai, please watch it. Amazing.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, so this has been The Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network.